Okay, welcome back to Horus Heresy Ultramarines from scratch. Now, last week, I've been preparing a battle report of my fight against the Iron Warriors. And I went above and beyond, in my personal opinion. It came out really well, or was coming out very well. I had battle maps. I had a little ganky freaking soundtrack. And I had actually steady cam, and all the camera videos of the fight were horizontal. Fucking fancy that. That'd be a first. Anyway, I also updated my phone while it was processing and editing, and it corrupted the whole fucking lot. And I've literally lost everything. So no battle report. But I can tell you that I fought Perturabo and lost, as you would expect. But I do believe I held my own, and if it wasn't for a very janky move, a very clever janky move on behalf of Oliver, the Iron Warriors player, I do believe I would have almost come out on top. But the long and the short of it is that I was targeting his tactical squads and line squads, and then he broke away Perturabo from his Iron Circle, these super robots the size of dreadnoughts, and he joined them with his tactical squad sitting on an objective. Now, there are only 5 of them. And he sat there and just tanked all the shots I poured into that squad on Perturabo. And, yeah, friggin' they survived right up until the last turn. And I didn't get the win, which was devastating. But I'll tell you what, my 5 Fulmentaris, which finally saw the table, definitely punched above their weight. They did a lot of damage for a 300-point unit, and I am actually now very much looking forward to fielding a 10-man unit. Still waiting for swords, but I've had some people promise me some bits and pieces at the shop. So here's hoping before too long I'll have those all finished. As for this unit of Mark IIIs, now, because in that game, a certain thing happened which convinced me to make my my other 10-man squad a 20-man squad, which is what these are going to be, a 20-man squad of 2 20-man squads of tacticals. Now, what happened was that I was, basically between this squad and another one, they took out a set of elite Iron Warrior Terminators, which was fucking amazing. In one turn, they teleported in. They did some janky stuff where they, spaced out 2 inches from where they teleported in, so they could pretty much charge on the first turn and get into ring combat. But as they charged into combat and wiped out the little tactical support squad that they were targeting, they failed to realise that I had a 20-man squad in a building and a 10-man squad in a rhino. And once they popped out, and the 10-man squad sat in an objective, and these ones these ones started shooting out of a building, not moving, that elite squad was gone in the turn it teleported in. Much to my relief, because it looked. I mean, I only killed a tactical support squad, so it wasn't a great loss. But if they'd been allowed to wander around, oh my goodness, the damage they would have caused would have been incalculable. So because of that little incident, I have decided to go with another 20-man tactical, fill it out, a 20-man tactical support squad. And that's what these are. I've spent a bit of time getting these right, including the height. And I don't know if you can see it, I've put the Mark VI guns on every single one of them. So with the Mark VI guns on them, that leaves the other ones, the original pistols they have free and looking actually physically different. So the other 10 of these Mark III Marines are going to be Nemesis Destroyer squads, and the bolt guns the Mark III Marines have will be Nemesis destroyer bolt guns, mortar-fire bolters. So I think that's going to work out quite well. I'm going to use the Pectorian heads for them. And because the colour scheme is quite dark, I'm going to paint them and the Mordat all at the same time. So yeah, it should come out quite nice. All clean. So yeah, it's been a good week. It's been a very good week. Now the Mordat I've done a little work to. If you have a look here, now when I first bought him, I was all cocky and saying, "Oh yeah, these strips are very easy to mould. You just got to get them hot." Well, they weren't. They were shit, and they bent and they broke, and they were utterly crap. So I went and got some old housing fuse wire, which is silver and copper alloy. And I bent these, I glued them together in 3 straight lines, and I bent them into shape because if you have a look under the pistol, there's 3 lines going in. Originally I made one with 2, and then glued them on both sides, and then I saw that, and I've got to take them off again. So for the 3rd time, these cables have been pulled off and reassembled onto this unit. But they look good enough. They look perhaps a little bit too floppy, but they're very rigid. They're very rigid. They easily support the weight of the model. And between him going dark and painting him in the dark destroyer colour scheme with the set of Nemesis destroyers, that way I don't have to chop and change my paints. So yeah, that's going to come along well. Yeah, no, that's it. That's all I've been doing. This week I've been editing a video together which failed to come into to do anything. And then I've put these together, which has taken an obscenely long time. And I've started working on my Nemesis destroyers. So hopefully I won't have another game for a week because I only get one game every week. The only other thing I've got is, the only person you can really break a promise to, it's yourself. And I did that just recently. I promised myself I would not buy Guilliman until I had 5 wins. And I would not play him until I had 5 wins. Well, after fighting Perturabo the other day, I folded like a cheap magazine, and I went and bought Guilliman. It's still going to be 5 games until I play him. But yeah, I'm going to start getting him ready, start painting him, and when he arrives. And I'm going to make another little series about that in and of itself. I am practicing here. You have a look. I am practicing some head and flesh tone methods. So that's just something called Kislev flesh. That's Tamiya brown wash. That's Agrax earth shade, and this one's Reichland flesh shade. And I've got 3 other heads there to practice as I go ahead. Now these have been inked and just dry brushed back with the Kislev flesh, and I'm going to go and try a couple of methods of that I know for shading, which is like a light blue up to the chin line, and then a light orange, and then a light yellow. And this one I'm just going to try a stippling of actual around the deeper recesses, eyes, forehead, wrinkles, and nose. This one will be whatever looks the best out of these 2, because these 2 inks look very similar. I'll try on him. And I've got a few other heads because I'll go buy a couple other flesh tones and give them a practice as well. So that's all preparation for Guilliman. Other than that, what else? Oh yes, the book review idea is coming along well. My notes are done. I've recorded something. I've done about a 20-minute recording for the book reviews, and that sounds okay. I just don't know what I'm going to do visually for that. That'll be on a different list of my book reviews. Like this one's Ultramarines from Scratch. That'll be Horus Heresy book reviews. And then because of my battle report that went so well right up until I fucking deleted it, I'm going to start another little set of videos within this channel called 15-minute battle reports. Because who's got 2 hours to listen to a battle report? This will just be a rough map, pictures, highlights, lowlights, tricks, traps, and freaking fuck you moments from every game I play from now on. I think it'll be fun, and it won't break up the theme of me figuring out what the hell I'm doing with the models. Anyway, that's all I got going today. Love the lot of yous. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Ta-ra.